up, ChalkTalk? I have here, sitting here with me, the GOAT, the man, the legendary Goldfacemoneywatch.
Yeah.
It's been a long 16 months. He's been incarcerated. We've been talking on the phone here and there every once in a while. You've been out for, what, 2 hours?
Yes, sir.
2 hours. Went straight to the Mexican spot. Had to fill up. But, man.
I had zero appetite.
You woke up somewhere and now you are in a completely different world now.
Shit don't feel real. Shit crazy. I swear to God.
Does it feel like you imagined?
I'm finna wake up again in 20 minutes.
Oh no! Did you ever have some crazy dreams then wake up and be like, oh fuck?
No, I stopped having freedom dreams pretty fucking early on. I really dreamt more. Well, I guess it wasn't all dreams inside of jail, but I dreamt of the motherfuckers I was in jail with at any given moment. It'd be like fucking, I wake up just tap my celly on the bunk on top yo bro, we was just blah blah blah, but it was mostly that. It wasn't really but the first week that I was having some still waking up oh fuck
Right. How many people did you have in a cell with you?
Man, it was all different. It was all the different facilities. County in Nashville was open bay pods. You feel me? So that was 60 bunk. 30 bunks, 60 people in each little sub pod. And then CCA depended on the pod I was in. They had, I did it was 2-man cells for a minute and one because I was doing a fucking little rehab program and that was in 2 mans. But then it was a lot of open bay shit.
Yeah.
A lot of open bay.
What did you like better? The open shit?
Shit, for real, open bay, it ain't worth the 2-man shit, you get your little, privacy, your celly playing cards, you put your violation of what you know what I'm saying, but that ain't worth the, if you get a boost the confinement at lockdown, and if you got, just not your favorite celly and shit, you feel me? And all, I like more, the fucking... it's almost like a boyhood vibe of motherfuckers from any age from 18 to fucking 62 all fucking play around it's a fucking 8-year-old slumber party after lockdown when you went open bay, you feel me? Everybody's just clowning and shit. That shit, you know what I'm saying? That should be worth it.
Were a lot of people fighting or no?
It'd be fights, but it's just, you feel me? That shit is just, it is what it is. It was county, you feel me? I was in county and then I was in a 6 and under facility, a 6-year and under facility. So I didn't go down the road or nothing. So I ain't trying to I just did some hard shit. I seen some crazy shit. You feel me? It was motherfuckers in there that was headed that way. But you feel me? Most of the time, especially county was more turned up. But once I was at CCA, motherfuckers, they time so short there for the most part. They ain't really trying to just prolong the shit. You get 2.5 days credit for every day you're at that facility. Oh. So, but that should get taken if you go to parole.
What are the terms of your probation and shit now? Is it a couple years or?
Yeah, I ain't even really. I'm just, you feel me, I'm praying, you feel me, I'm just putting my faith in this music and everything, and you feel me, I'm gonna be stuck in one place for a little minute, but, it was a blessing to even get it. I had to fight hard to fucking get it, because my charges wasn't no hoe, but fucking,
So you wrote a bunch of songs and passed the time, right?
Man, what? Yeah, y'all gonna see.
Do you have a notebook, or is it all in the head?
Man, see, it's all in the head, mandatory. You feel me? But it would be times I fill notebooks up with artwork and lyrics and shit. But fucking, when I switched facilities, it was all confusing. I went to out of town court and shit. I tried everything to get my lawyer to straighten it out for them to hold my property at the place I was at for a year, and you know how that is though. They threw that shit away. So I lost a lot of my personal notes and thoughts and shit like that, but everything that's important is up here, really.
Yeah.
Here, I could show you. I'm
Wait.
breaking the fourth wall.
No, what do you got?
Some drawings.
You looking for that bag right here?
Yeah.
Where'd you draw those up?
I redrew because it was like I couldn't redraw everything I lost, but I had to at least try to like take something out with me. You feel me? That was like where my head was at. You feel me?
Oh damn, you got some in color and everything.
Yeah, you probably know how to hold it up to the cameras.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I'm just like single artworks or whatever and then that's gonna be my shit. That logo right there, that bad trip. That's what everything.
It's a little spider.
Yeah. It's like upside down spider.
I got this little spider.
I peeped that at Visit.
Oh yeah. I got the. That was for a thing I did. Pink Widow.
Yeah.
It was a little project I did last year. I dropped 2 projects. One was it was 2 EPs or whatever. One had vocals, which was the Pink Widow one, and then the other one was just all beats and stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I could probably just take pictures of these and I'll overlay them over the screen or something.
Well, yeah, that's what's up.
And it'll show as people are watching and stuff. But yeah, I came to visit last week. Do you want to talk about that guy that came that was a journalist? He came from.
Oh yeah.
Where did he come from?
Man,
and what's his name?
Dude's name is Walter Kern. He wrote a book called Up in the Air that's got made into a movie with George Clooney and shit about a motherfucker that love to fly airplanes and drink in air lounges and pull bitches and shit. And then but that got made into I didn't see the movie though. I couldn't focus because reasons, but I read the book in jail because they had it in the library. And he wrote another book called Thumbsucker. He ended up sending me that one. That one got made into a indie flick too, I believe, but I never seen that either. But dude was in 2016, he was getting paid by a magazine out of New York called Harper's, which is some type of literary magazine, I guess, kind of like the New Yorker. And it's been around since the 1800s type shit, and it got clout with fucking middle-aged fucking uppity people, I guess, but he was getting paid by them to cover the Republican National Convention in Cleveland in 2016 to watch Donald Trump. And I guess a friend recommended to him some guy he knew out in LA that I don't really understand how I had known dude really. That was some whole other weird shit, but he recommended that if he's going to Cleveland, he need to find out about the psychedelic trap scene and a motherfucker named Goldfacemoneywatch. So he came to Cleveland, and we was all kind of nervous at first, kind of sketched out, you feel me? Because dude, he older and shit.
You never know what someone's going to write about.
Well, that too, but also, his credentials. I mean, he checked out. Obviously, we looked into him first before we just open arm, oh, yeah, come see, where our band rehearses at and how we do things. But, he was, and he was super conscious of that, too, which almost made us, double conscious, is this guy straight? You feel me? Because he kept apologizing for his, short hair and type of, you know what I'm saying? So, it was, but he ended up being, when the article came out, I breathed a sigh of relief. Cause, man, I remember one time I got a phone call from a New York area code while the article was still pending or whatever, and it was some dude with a British accent, and he's like, I'm here to do fact checking on behalf of Harper's Magazine type shit, and his accent, and I was just but again, shit ended up being, you know what I'm saying? And meanwhile, my homeboy's pulling him up on the internet, pulling up on YouTube interviews with Bill Maher and shit that he did. You feel me, dude? All the way was who he said he was and legit. But so anyway, so then 2 years later, I guess he stayed following, my Twitter account, and he messaged my Twitter account, and my sister was taking care of it for me while I was locked up. So, she got the message, and he was trying to come see me. He didn't know I was in jail at the time, but I guess he was starting on a new project. He had gotten a book advance for it, and it was finna be a book, you know, I guess kind of in the spirit of like the old book On the Road or whatever, you know, kind of in that spirit of his travels. And so he wanted, the way he explained it to me, so I didn't know what I had to do with that, but then he actually came, my sister told him what was up, and I had to literally put his, like, you know, his home address, and this is some, you know, big writer guy, and he trusted, you know, he was about it enough to send his real address to my sister, and so I could put it on the visitation form and get him approved, you know.
Yeah.
And he actually pulled up, and that was a happy, because then when you go to visit there, like, they can bring $15 in and buy you snacks and shit. So he bought me like a Mountain Dew, no, a pineapple Fanta. They didn't have that on commissary, but they had it in Visit. So I got like 2 of those, and, you know, a ton of snacks. But he had to they make you pour them out on a napkin and stuff, so you're not reaching into a bag. It was a bunch of shit. But so me and him talked for an hour, and it flew by. But he basically told me like that he was somewhere in Arizona after he got the idea to do this book, and he had been having a weird day. A lot of motherfuckers talking to him about aliens and stuff. And he so later that night, he just had this really weird vibe, this really weird feeling. He said he was laying in his hotel room, staring at the ceiling, thinking about aliens and far out shit. And he said to himself, you know, if I was Jack Kerouac in the 1950s, you know, writing a classic novel, you know, about America, the American dream, you know, whatever, kind of the underground of, you know, what's cool in America. He's like, who do I know that is like a true real life 100% character, like, you know, something from another world, like. And then he just was like, Goldfacemoneywatch, I gotta hit him up. Hit my sister up, found out I was in jail, came to see me, and we talked for an hour, you know. So that shit made me happy. Dude's he used to be like the literary editor at GQ. He was written for, you know, all the big magazines, Rolling Stone, stuff like that.
So where was he coming from? New York, or? He
had been out on the West Coast, I guess California, Las Vegas, then Arizona, and then...
He just came from Arizona to...
Yeah, I don't know the specific...
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, pretty much.
He traveled a pretty far away.
I mean, I think he might have been on this side of the country by the time he hit up, and then he was open to go to either Cleveland if I was up there, or to Nashville, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So was he writing a book? You're a character in his book?
I don't want to, like, speak too much on that and be disappointed, or, like, you know, whatever, but that's how he put it. That's how he
needed
put it
some
to
inspiration.
Me. Just whatever, you know how a writer do, they chop just like, you know, we do as artists, you know, chop bits and pieces everything, you know, and take it. So it ain't no telling if
he'll use,
if it's gonna be fictional, or if he's gonna talk about that actual visit, or if just talking to a, you know, similar far out mind just gave him inspiration in a different way.
See, I was expecting just to see like a write-up interview, like, hey, I went to here.
Well, he did that. He did that back in 2016, and that came out in Harper's Magazine, and that was a cool thing as far as, you know, like, validation, you know, for like my mama, you feel me, something like that, to her son's not totally crazy. Here, she could buy this magazine in the store, show her friends, like, here on the first page it says Goldfacemoneywatch, then it say Donald Trump right here, like. So
hell yeah, that probably made you feel good too. Did you get to see the magazine while you were in there, or no?
Oh, this came out in like 2016.
So this was like before.
This came out while Donald Trump was running for president, when he was doing the Republican National Convention in Cleveland. He came and watched our band practice, the Worms. He came and watched the Worms practice and just had his mind blown. And I guess he juxtaposed it, you feel me? He talked about being with, you know, the farthest out motherfuckers probably in this entire city. Like, you know, what's the culture like here? What is the youth actually? Where are their heads at? Because he kept trying to ask stuff about politics or the election, because, you know, he was trying to piss in the wind for a way to tie it into his story, because really he trying to figure out a way to get paid to do something actually, you know, fun and not stress, you know what I'm saying? So he's trying to, but every time he would ask us about politics and stuff, you know, it was kind of a dead topic to him, because words cannot even, you already know our politics, it goes on a whole other.
So, with your next music project, how many tracks are you going to put on there? It's going to be
2 projects. It's it's a double album, you know, I guess in
You're gonna put them out at the same time?
The same day, and in the vein of like you know, with like a connecting covers in vein of like Nelly Sweatsuit. You feel me? But different than that, you feel me? Right. But I had drew what was finna be the final, honestly.
Are you gonna use these or is these?
No, that's just single artwork.
Word.
Both them songs, one's on this song is on the GFMW Underground. They're both 13-track projects. The first one is called Goldie. The second one is called GFMW Underground. Goldie is really like summer, like beach themed. They're both concept albums in that, like, not that they tell like a fictional story, but in a way that I had a lot of time to reflect on my life. So it's not so much, every song isn't necessarily in my current moment. You know, I had a lot more time because I'm just sitting in jail. I wasn't finna write songs about that. So,
yeah.
You know, I had to actually draw on my life as a whole. But so they're both, you know, obviously autobiographical in the same way all my music is, but I painted with more blatant colors rather than just say certain things straight up. You know, the one Gotas, and that means drops in Spanish, but it also stands for Ghosts of Time and Space. And because, you know, I was doing a lot of interdimensional traveling in my head, but it's more summer, like beach themed, like, you feel me, like a lot of aspects of, you know, early 2000s pop punk, but at the same time it's, you know, it's going to be tied by all the elements that all my music is.
That's a cool name though.
Drops.
Yeah, Mexican Drops.
Yeah. And both of them do what all my 13-track projects do, which is more from, you know, more turned up shit into, you know, the more alternative indie rock shit by the end of the album. But so yeah, that one's more like poppy, summer, beach themed, you know, and like it might even be off-putting, like if somebody was just missing the whole like glue of the album, the whole concept, they'd be like, why does motherfucker keep talking about fucking the beach like he's like Brian Wilson or something? Like, you feel me? But it's a lot of metaphors and stuff. And then the other one, GFMW Underground, that come from, it's gonna be more a lot sonically and structurally similar to like the projects in the GFMW series that I usually put out every year on my birthday, but GFMW 1, 2, and 3. But so it's a GFMW in a sense, but it's also really the sister album to Goldie, but it's zombie and horror punk themed, you feel me? So it's still psychedelic trap punk, everything, you know, that I'm about, but it's more you know, the imagery is a lot more like dark and, you know, but almost in like a Misfits type of way, not in a super like serious, you know, not coming from the dark place that I feel that like some of my last projects before jail, like GFMW 3, you know, that was dark in the sense of it really was coming from a dark lifestyle and a dark place in my consciousness, and, you know, and it wasn't necessarily as excessive. It wasn't necessarily for the people so much as it was just, again, autobiographical and me trying to put, you know, me just trying to document my lifestyle at that moment in time and also push my musical boundaries a little bit. But these ones are going to far surpass, you know, everything I've done before as far as, you know, musically, because it's just what's been built up in my head. It's been a long time coming, but no, it's more in like the colors type, you know, like, again, I don't want to say Halloween themed like it's funny or something, you feel me, but it's like I'm constantly, again, talking about spiders and zombies and vampires. And
this new logo is awesome.
Yeah, the Bad Trip. That's gonna be, and that's kind of my way.
Need some shirts.
Well, that's what I'm finna do. I'm gonna, you know, get my own little screen print set up, and I'm gonna keep doing my acid wash and tie dye and distressing, you know, business off my Instagram the same way I've done. But it's gonna, you know, I'm gonna start stamping different articles. Yeah. That's a very streamlined logo that you know
could just get some like heat
Yeah, I could do that too. You know, just put it on the corner of the shirt, put it on different items, put it on a hat, and then just keep doing my thing with the dyeing and the painting. But
that's crazy. You didn't even know I was using this like little spider logo either.
Well, and then you already know, yeah. I mean, the connect. You know what I'm saying? Like
what?
Pink spiders? I was gonna say shout out to the Pink Spiders.
They actually got back together. Not with Bob, but like they just like started doing some shit again. I don't know what they're doing, but they're active. But yeah. Do you know who you're gonna work with on the newer shit? Are you about to just do like a lot of it by yourself, or are you just gonna let it roll?
Well, it's a balance in the sense that certain songs call for, specific people, from my family, from the Low Number family, that I've had in my mind the whole time I wrote the song in there and this and that. Like when I get out, they're gonna get on this, and so you're gonna see everyone, everyone that's on all my projects, throughout the years. It might even be some rarer appearances, but it's mainly. And I only kind of recently opened my mind to. It's gonna be a balance on how much input I'm gonna take on the production, because since I'm gonna have so much time and my own devices to work on it, and it's so personally meaningful to me, part of me is almost at some point maybe considered literally like locking myself in a room and just until it's every little aspect is how I want it to be. But I'm believing more that everything is a channeling of spirits and shit, so I'm open to the collaborative effort on the part of me and all my friends as far as bringing the full project to light. But
you still have your laptop?
Yeah, I didn't
know if it was with you.
Oh hell no, that was shit. I wasn't that stupid. I was on my way to court in Texas when I got jammed up here, so I made the dumbass mistake of bringing a non-backed up hard drive, but I wasn't, I in case I had to sit. My shit in Texas wasn't serious or nothing, but in case I had to sit around and even do a week down there, I wasn't finna just have a MacBook sitting in property. Yeah.
No, that thing has got.
It's not even my. Yeah, well, I have 2 MacBooks. The newer one I had acquired. I've been letting my little sister use that and stuff. Yeah. I don't got to just sitting around, but I had acquired like a lot of equipment before I came to jail. So
you still got that green guitar?
Yeah, that green bass. Yeah, that's a mean motherfucker. And yeah, I had got like motherfucker was bored of making beats in the box like on computers and stuff. So me and all my friends have been acquiring like synths and
You're probably the most diverse artist that I know, like listening to your music, because it's just like all over. You've just made so many tracks too that it's just there's so much different levels of styles in there.
Yeah, and people don't even know that yet. You feel me? Because I'm still. More underground than a fucking non-resurrected zombie, but that's to my own choosing of how I chose to, the direction I chose and how I prioritized my career, up until this point, because it was so much about the music and so much about just artistic purity and things like that, I guess a lot of the business ends of, being your own business as an artist, I neglected at certain points because I was handling different shit other ways, and so, I can't lie, that's one of the, as much as, I was sitting in jail, and getting every new issue, or someone, not me, I wasn't subscribing to bullshit, but, motherfuckers be getting, subscriptions to XXL and everything, and you see everything, jumping off like that's, and even in the new direction that music is in right now, and just knowing that, you feel me, you're sort of from the same generation and the same roots and, scene as a lot of shit that's going on right now, but your shit, and I had to sit around and be humble while, you know,
the world's just going.
The world's going. Shit is getting rocking, getting, you know, millions of views, and, you know, my views have, you know, from me and my friends have stayed in the tens and the hundreds of thousands, and, you know, for a minute, you know. So it's like, but like I said, that's because of the lifestyle that I was living and how I was choosing to handle myself.
Yeah.
And, you know, have other priorities, you know, besides being like, I want to book this show and sell this merch and get out here. And
so are you're on a different mindset now, or
completely different mindset? Because I can't do none of the shit I was doing before. You feel me? That's gonna wind up and, you know, I ain't finna play with these folks. They gotta take my life from me. You feel me? As far as my freedom and everything, you feel me? I just barely, you feel me, through the blessings of God, you feel me, managed to, you know,
be here right now.
Exactly. You feel me? So many things could have went differently. It could have been so much worse. So it's like everything's about my music right now. I can't just kick it. I can't go. I used to love chilling with fans and stuff like that, and, you know, partying with them, but it ain't no partying for me right now. Everything's about my music, my merch, you know, my business, and, you know, also my family, you know. Just my blood family, you know, on top of, you know, being away just on some real shit. That's that's some whole thing.
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. It's about to go down.
Yeah, and, you know, I'm gonna see my family, I'm gonna see my friends, all that. But you know, my mindset is like, you know, I'm 25. I was 23 last I was on the street, so that was cool to be 23, running around with some racks in my pocket and just complete freedom and, you know, partying and this and that. And I felt like I was at a good place in my life. But, you know, to get out of jail now, I'm 25, you feel me, and shit is real. I have court fees to pay, I have probation fees to pay, I have lawyer back shit to pay, and so it's like shit's just real, and I ain't finna play around with no, just like, you know, it's time to take it to the next level. And to go back to your question, to be respected as what you said, you know, that type of artist, you know, because all the, you know, fusion that's going on in music right now with, you know, the hip hop and punk rock and all that, you feel me, I'm certified in every lane. You know, every lane that my music crosses through, I don't pay my dues in that lane. You feel me? As far as like the punk rock elements and stuff, you know, I actually front a punk rock band, and, you know, it just grind, like, you know what I'm saying? My tapes, my last 2 tapes had Ariel Pink features on them. You know, it's in a different way of combining this. You know what I'm saying? But I
just saw where Diplo was like in his pictures and stuff. Like, I was, you know, like following him. I see Ariel Pink. It was like Light by Diplo. I'm like, damn, you know, that's some shit.
Yeah, that's my cosmic big alien brother, you know.
Man, I'm about to have to just keep sending, like, I'm just gonna like keep Gmailing you like songs and stuff that comes to my head, because there's certain artists that I'm sitting here thinking about. I'm like, damn, he hasn't heard him, hasn't heard this. It's like, this shit's epic. It's like fucking,
probably anything that matters I have not heard, because I mean, still, as far as, you know, shit that's going on in the music world and popping, you know, motherfuckers don't be completely cut off in jail because people got magazines.
The radio and shit.
The radio plays a little mix at 10 o'clock that's, you know, more of what's charting on SoundCloud. So, you know, some underground shit it slips in there, but it's the same couple things over and over again, and it still ain't
a
my
lot of
bag.
Drake.
It's not my...
it's like the hip hop station out here. I used to call it Drake Radio, because they play
101 to beat.
They play about 4 Drake songs in 1 hour. It's like, geez,
more than that, bro. I swear to God, I know every song Drake got on the radio right now. Against my will, I know every motherfucking word.
Right. Even sometimes it'd be back to back. I was like, I thought that was illegal in radio. You know, just play an artist like back to back, like not even space it out.
Some of the shit be under the features name, just so it can still be
some other shit. I didn't know, not like really illegal, but just, you know, it's like, don't do that. You know, just as being a DJ, I wouldn't play like 2 fucking tracks by the same person back to back. You know,
man. Well, they are. I mean, that's just all political. But
yeah, that's all whatever. But
and then sometimes you appreciate this as a DJ. You feel me? The motherfucking dude that got the slot from 10 to 11. That's like that shit is life to, you know, motherfuckers locked up in jail in this city, is that the 10 to 11 o'clock, I guess, ready mixtape or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The motherfucker don't mix a new mix every night. He got that primetime slot, bro, and he
Same
recycled.
one?
He recycled mixes, bro. Like, I like the at least feeling of feeling like what's gonna come next. What it might be 3 like throwback songs sprinkled in a whole 2-hour mix, but like,
You know how it is on the radio though. You're limited on what you can play, and like I think that
they ain't even
rules.
limited when they mixing it. Ain't no rules. They don't play that fucking on fucking Labor Day. I heard that trending topic by Future off of Molly World. Like, you know, it's like from 2010. Like, you feel me? But it's like
it's still Future though. You know, it's not like it's something that's like registered that they can like send them a check.
No, but they could
stuff.
play anybody that you know, they play local artists that, you know, really shouldn't even be on there and get, you know, is paying for spins. You feel me?
Yeah.
So all that but you know what I'm saying, that radio don't really matter nowadays. It only I'm only even taking it into consideration because of that experience in jail and knowing that sometimes to reach certain people. So now in my mentality, I can see the validity or the point of being on the radio, which goes back to, you know, why my priorities is different now.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the merch and see all the stuff that's about to come out for sure. Are you gonna put these up just like this, or are you gonna get believed to cartoon them or what?
I was asking myself that same question. Like,
might be better to leave them just because.
Just for the rawness of it. That's what I was thinking too.
Or he could draw over it and kind of do both.
Yeah, I mean, I know he definitely gonna help me out with bringing my vision to life in general. Everything from helping, even when I do eventually redraw the covers, you know, he gonna be the motherfucker that makes sure that it's format, you know, everything is proper. So when you hold the 2 fucking CDs together, you feel me, it actually looks like what it's intended to look like. And you know, as far as helping me make the, you know, clean up the lines and make the, you know, vector images for the screen print and all that, you feel me? He's so cold with all that stuff.
Hell yeah. You're over here inspiring me to jump on some shit. But yeah, I just got those hoodies made, but other than that, before that, it was just shirts. But yeah, it's fun getting some shit designed. Yeah. I'm about to get this dude to make my logo. My next shit's going to be called Mycelium.
Word.
The shit from mushrooms.
Yeah. No, I know.
But yeah, hopefully it's just going to be like some mushrooms, and then it says like mycelium in the web. Yeah. Just because I've been getting into that guy that I told you about, Paul Stamets. He just like talks about a lot of mushrooms. Like, like he talks about psychedelic ones briefly, but he doesn't want to be like, about that. He talks about the other ones that actually have like all these like health benefits, like for fighting like cancer and all kinds of shit. But yeah, so I just jumped into that, and Mycelium, it'll be a cool little beat tape, you know, just all beats. But yeah, I haven't put out music in a minute, dude. I've just been doing all these videos, podcasts and shit. I've been focusing on my YouTube and shit. Yeah. And I just haven't made any shit. Like, I released a single like a month or 2 ago, and before that it had been like 6 months. I put out like some little EP and shit. Yeah. But yeah, I need to hold something down.
It's all important aspects to the grind, though. That's what I'm realizing more and more. You feel me? Like, the fact that you got this going is dope because it gives me a platform to, you know what I'm saying, say some things I've been dying to say for 16 months, you know.
Well, you realize after you put out track, it's like, all right, we need some video. Like,
oh, yeah, you know, all that. Yeah, no, shit.
Do you know what this is? Seems like, I don't mean that would be... That wouldn't be, it's not. All right, well, shit. Yeah. Just making sure it wasn't your ride or whatever. You said, hell no, I don't mess with Texas.
Don't mess with Texas.
Hell no. All right, well, shit. I mean, we can wrap it up if you want. Looking forward to the new projects. Both of them. Looking forward to everything, the merch, and just the future is looking bright.
Yeah.
Looking a lot brighter. Yeah. So, yeah. Thanks for doing this. I'm glad you're out. And, well, good things to come.
Hell yeah.
From Goldfacemoneywatch.
Yes, sir.
We're out. ChalkTalk.
ChalkTalk. ChalkTalk. ChalkTalk. ChalkTalk. ChalkTalk. ChalkTalk.